Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. You join us in Medici, our second settlement, and we've got quite a bit to do. So I'm just going to pause because we have a drought imminent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to Newtown where we have maxed out our water supply, and we're going to take quite a bit of water from Newtown just to store in the Pathfinder for now. That's then going to give us 5 minutes to boost up our water here so that we can assist Medici, who are going to struggle. Medici also need bricks because we're going to build some water storage and food storage, and we want to build the maximum there. So we're going to take all of the bricks that Newtown currently has and take them over to Medici. Medici is also going to be where we put our paper mill, but we do need to research a school. We're quite lucky in that for some reason we have 45 units of paper, so we can actually kick off the research on a school right now. So we're going to research that school. We're then going to have a look at our town here, who have told us that we need to build a school. We're going to say that we're going to do it. That is then going to give us a certain amount of time to build the school. Doesn't seem to have a time limit on it, so that's good actually. The weather is changing, so we do need to prepare for the drought. We're then going to send our Pathfinder over to Medici and drop off those goods. Then we can queue up some buildings here. We already have the water tower unlocked. It requires 5 coal actually as well, and the upgraded food depot does as well. So we can actually put the water tower in now, and we're also going to put the upgraded food depot in over here. Now, we do have missing resources there. It's the coal and the bricks, so we can head back before we do this. We're going to drop off there. So we've only got 10 bricks now, and we're also going to take 10 units of coal from Newtown to drop off there. We actually only have the 8, so we might have to wait a little bit on that, which is a bit unfortunate. We are producing coal, though, but not a great deal of it. So let's get our coal kiln. We've got 1 working there. That's what we need to do as well. We're going to have to get the upgraded coal kiln, which is already unlocked. What's it going to take to upgrade it? 5 iron tools. So if we pay a visit to Rusty Rolf, let's see, do we have any items we can trade with him? We can trade 1 lockpick to him. So first things first, let's head to Rolf quick as we can, and we'll trade with him to get what we need. So the next step is to do a few more expeditions and see if we can get some more knowledge points or unlock some knowledge from, like, immediately. So we're going to go into this trade post now. We can bring in, I want 5 iron tools from him. I'm going to give him a lockpick. Now, do I? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to need to give him something else. I'm going to actually trade the water to him and then take a little bit back until yeah, there we go. Okay, 1 more. That gives us the trade. He doesn't have any coal, which is a bit of a shame. What special offers has he got for us? Right, okay, we'd have to re-roll that, and to do that, we're going to need to make sure that we have a decent reputation with him, which we don't at this moment in time. So we'll just take what we can get from him. We can actually put in a little bit of scrap, or maybe some iron tools. No, some scrap tools, sorry. And then I'll just take the 2 scrap. Not really what... In fact, we can maybe take out a bit of the water. Yeah, I'll take out some water. Then we'll put a bit more in, and 1 more. There we go. Right, so we get the 5 iron tools, and we can now leave the trading post, head over to our hometown, where hopefully we'll have a little bit of coal now. We've got 9. We've dropped down to 8. 9 again, dropping down to 8. I think maybe we're not going to be able to do this right now. Let's just see. Yeah, it's pretty locked at the border of 8 and 9 and not going up there. It's just gone up to 10. So what we'll do is we'll take out whatever we can get from the coal, and then we'll wait to get a bit more in, and we'll just do the trade so we get 1. There we go. And we'll take that last unit of coal out, taking us up to what we need. Good. Then we'll head over to Medici and drop all of this off, and that should be good. Right. The other thing we're going to do, we're holding on to those iron tools because we're going to use them for research very soon. And then once these are in, we can build these upgraded areas. We've got 50 lumber and 50 scrap. Of course, we've got plenty of that right now, so that's good. And we can put 1 person to work in the tree nursery. Good. I think maybe it should be a good idea to build our next tent now as well. But for now, we'll just leave things as they are. So we want to drop off the coal, we want to drop off the bricks, then we can set these to construct, and that gives us a boost to our capacities in this settlement, which is good. It's exactly what we need. We've also finished the research on the school, so we're going to head back now, back to our home of Newtown. We've got a drought. Hopefully we have enough supplies. We managed to get up to 2,400, so we should last the drought there. It's a 15-minute drought. That is a long drought. We are going to be in a bit of trouble here. That is a big change to things. So we should just be getting back here. Good. We can exchange goods with this settlement. We're going to drop them off. We're then going to go to our research, and we are going to research. What do we need? What do we need this for again? It was to actually upgrade the charcoal kiln. That's what it was. So we're going to upgrade our kiln now, which is good. The drought, let's have a look over here. They are running pretty low on supplies, so I can finally drop off the water here. The supplies here will plummet quite quickly. You can see there, 305 lost per minute. So we're going to need to be very, very quick on that. We're only losing about 28 per minute here. So we'll just swap these. We'll drop off the water that we've got there to take them up to 1,470. I think that's decent. That should last them the entire drought, I think. Here, on the other hand, these guys have a little bit more of a deficit that they're going to need to make up. But coal is now being produced at a better rate. Now that that upgrade is done, we can also have more people working in it, so that's going to serve us well standing moving forward. Then we can exchange this 500 water back. We are losing 302 per minute. There are 10 minutes left, so we're going to need about 3,000 water to cope with this. So I think we should probably take some of our fiber, or maybe we can take some of our activated carbon masks. Let's take quite a few of those. We'll take 100 of those. Let's take 150. Then we'll head back to Rolf and do a trade. And what we can do, actually, we can take on a task for Rusty Rolf while we're doing this, so that we can kind of expand that a little bit further. We can also get a farm which uses fertile soil to obtain food. The problem with that is it uses quite a bit of water. We're gonna need, at some point, the vulcanizer, so we can start producing rubber from natural latex, but we don't actually have the production of natural latex yet. It might be worth us getting the buggy researched, or maybe something like the vehicle workshop. Alternatively, the pharmacy is actually what we're going to need next for the pharmaceutical lab. So that's probably going to be something that we need to do. So we'll research the pharmaceutical laboratory, and then next we'll research the pharmacy. Okay, good. I think we're getting a decent grip on things, and we should be able to cope with this drought. So Rolf, we'll grab some water from him. We can grab quite a lot of water. In fact, we can grab all of the water that he's got to fill up our inventory here. So if we take a few of them out... Right, so this is good. This gives us quite a large chunk here that we can play around with. So the gas masks will do us enough there, so we can carry out that trade. We get maximum... Although we've lost a little bit there because I don't have the space, actually. That was a problem. I lost a bit there. That's not good. Should have been a bit more aware of that. Right, we'll move back over. There are 9 minutes left on the drought. We've got low water reserve warning here, and they're okay here for now. The food is something that we're going to need to be aware of in this location, and I think we should be okay for food here, though. Yeah, they're good. Right, so let's drop off some of this water. Just take them all the way back up to fully stocked. There we go. We'll give them those masks back, and then we're going to take a little bit of food just to send over to Medici to keep them topped up. So we'll take 250 food out, then we'll head back over to Medici and drop this off. 7.5 minutes left. We've got sickness here in Newtown, it is. So again, pharmaceutical lab is going to be very, very important very soon, so that we can combat that sickness, as well as probably getting some new materials in terms of like the buggy and stuff, getting that researched, because we need another vehicle to start carrying out like a trade in between the two settlements, so we can have a regular trade of goods and a regular flow of that going through. But for now, let's have a look at what we need to do in terms of building the school is probably going to be our next thing over here. So let's go to our community buildings and build the school. Now, the school doesn't have to be in the region of anything. So this is why I was thinking, let's do all of the paper production in the settlement of Medici. So we can put the school in here. That's going to make people a bit happier. And once that is built, we'll be able to recover. Now, the problem we have now is people are dying because of this sickness. We don't have access to the pharmaceutical laboratories yet, and that becomes quite problematic. But over here, they need to be near reed production. We've got reed production here. So we can hopefully find somewhere to fit this. As long as it is in range and it doesn't overlap the swamp, we should be okay. Now, we're not near reed production there. We are just in the range of the reed production. So that is very, very good. And then we can run a path all the way up here and around. And then down to here. And then linking back up with the main settlement. Good. So we have the school building. That's given us some paper. We've now got the paper mill up and running. So I think we probably build our next tent for Medici. They're holding pretty well with that. We are almost out of the drought. 2 minutes left. So we should be fine now, which is good. We got some missing resources from the tailor's workshop. We don't have any coal there. That is... I don't know why, actually. We should be producing coal. 2.7 per minute. But our Pathfinder is just kind of waiting, and we wanted to go to the school now, and we need to educate some engineers. So we're going to put one person to work in there, and we're going to set the educational subjects to engineer. We're also going to go with economy. And let's take generalist out. So economy is helped. Yep, that will produce more at the well. And then let's go with ecology, I think would be a good one. So that helps the tree nursery, the wood cutting lodges, the foraging hut, fisheries. Yeah, that's pretty good. The charcoal kiln gets a little boost as well. And then we should start seeing some engineers coming through now, which is good. So that means we can actually go back to that sewage treatment plant once we've got an engineer. And in the meantime, let's have a look at this gas station, which is all the way over the other side there. We could just go to this ruin here and see if we can find anything there. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's start the expedition here, see what we've got. There's a car. There's also a crashed helicopter. Another axe, which is good. We might end up trading that. Helicopter, what's that going to have? It needs a blowtorch, which we do have back at base. We can then get around here and get to the shelf. Trash container. Another knowledge point, which is good. Some plastic in that one. The crate, which again has food in it. So we'll head back to our settlement and grab the blowtorch on our way out. See if there's any other expeditions we can go to. There is a warehouse over there. We've yet to find the botany thing, but they are normally down at these country houses here. Or any sort of farms that we might find. But we will head back to home base of Newtown, and we'll have a quick look. We'll grab what we need from there, and then we can move on. I think we're in a good position now. We've survived that drought. We've got an empty work area here from this wood cutting lodge, so we'll just move them back over to here. And then we can have a look at some other stuff. So looking at our tailor's workshop, they are missing coal. And coal is becoming a bit of an issue. So we're going to put a few more people into that. We don't have enough available workers. So is there something that we're overproducing? Water is something that we're overproducing. So let's have a look at that jetty. We'll just drop a few people out of that. We're still overproducing there on water. So let's drop these down even further. Again, still. Now there will come a point when our population recovers that gets to a bit of an issue. People are probably also repairing the damaged buildings from the most recent storm that happened when we had the drought. So we're going to put everything back in there. We're then going to grab the blowtorch, and then we know that we can head back out to the other location if needs be. We also have a requirement here of a engineer again. Now that's the sewage treatment plant. We know about that one. The house requires a plank, and then we also require at the gas station the axe and the ladder. So we'll grab a plank and a ladder now. Then we know that we can go and explore that gas station. First things first, though, we'll go to that little house. We'll have a look there. There's also quite a bit of stuff we can do in this little cul-de-sac in this area of buildings that we can use to improve. So looking at Medici, they are now starting to produce stuff. We have the upgraded food depot ready. They are cleaning resources, but they don't have any charcoal to do that with. So we're actually going to pause the cleaning on these. That's an issue. We don't have any coal production here, although there is a coal mine. Once we've researched that, we should be able to make use of it. So we stop the cleaning on that. They are able to store stuff still, so that's fine. And then we can get the paper mill producing paper for us. Now, the problem is we have low reed production, so we're going to boost that up to make sure that we're still producing enough reeds. 1 reed per minute is being produced currently, and our paper mill is able to produce at least 9 units of paper per minute, although that's currently saying 0. Some strange reason. We're going to need to put in a logistics building here in the form of a material depot, and we kind of want to put that in a decent region so that it can grab anything nearby, but I don't have any space there, so we'll put 1 here and see if we can grab another bit of space here. There we go. Good. So that's going to give us a little bit more. Oh, it was cloth I was looking at, not paper. We better change bricks to paper then. Where's paper? There it is. So our paper mill is producing 7.5 paper per minute, and the reeds are 1 per minute. Good. And then over here at this swamp farm, we're producing plenty of herbs, about 3 per minute. So upgrading swamp farms and stuff is something that we can do as well. So we'll look into that and off onto this expedition now, where we can get straight to work. Good. Right. It's starting to slow down a little bit now, which I'm quite grateful for, because it's been, you know, we've been a bit all over the place. It's been moving quickly. There's been lots going on. We can attach this to the bottom support there, go along and get the shelf. Then there's another shelf, and that 100% completes that. Grab that, climb down the ladder, and out we go. Good. Right, we managed to get everything from that one. So let's see, is there some stuff here that we can loot? Can't get the cloth or the plastic, but that's fine. Let's see what else we can grab. Scrap and lumber. I think we're full up on lumber now, which is good. So we can actually take all of this back to any of the other locations that we have and then drop it all off. Let's go back here first. We still have some damaged buildings. I think it's the charcoal kiln. Ah, yes, it is. So we need master builders to come and repair that, and that costs iron tools. So let's go back here a second. Let's go to Rusty Rolf, and we'll grab some iron tools from him. So I can trade some of the transformers to him, and I will see if he'll give me some iron tools. He'll give me quite a few iron tools, actually, for those. So that is good. Can I grab something else off him just to kind of make my life a bit easier? Maybe just some scrap so we can replenish any of the tools that we've got. Or should I grab some scrap tools off him? I can't fit the scrap tools in. So if we give him some wood, then we can take from him some iron, I guess. 1 unit of iron. That's not going to do much for us, is it? Let's take the air tools. There we go. Right, okay, so I think this is going to be a good trade. There we go. 25 scrap tools and 5 iron tools. So we can go back home, drop all of this off here, and then that will allow us to repair the charcoal kiln, which is why we're not getting like maximum efficiency from that coal kiln due to the damage to it, I think. So that's going to be it. That's an issue that we need to solve. So we'll drop all of that stuff off, and we can also, I don't think we're going to need, what do we not need now? Do we have an engineer yet? Let's have a look. So in our Pathfinder here, if we go to, we have a quick look. I need to click on the Pathfinder itself. Then we click a specialist, and you can see that we have an engineer there. So we can select Emily or Emile, who is our engineer specialist. What did we need at the gas station again? It wasn't the gas station. It's not the ruin. So the sewage treatment plant does require the engineer. That's right. That's the only one I was looking at. I'm getting myself confused. So we are going to have this guy go back over here. That's Rusty Rolf. We want him to go to the sewage treatment plant over here. And then he should be able to do that fixing that needs to be done. Although we have left the generator, so we're going to have to go back. Ah, that was silly. But having a specialist in the vehicle means we can do certain things. We can also actually repair that bridge, but we're going to leave the bridge for now. We're going to drop all of this stuff off. I will, however, keep a hold of the blowtorch. We'll bring the generator, and then we can get back to the sewage treatment works and fix this all up. So we're doing well today. Quite happy with how things have gone. We're making good strides. We've recovered from a drought that could have been catastrophic. If we have a quick look over here, everything looking good there, and also everything looking good there. You can see the coal production has gone up quite a bit now that it has been repaired, and we have no buildings in need of a repair. They want a big party, so we're going to do that. Yep, we'll let them do that. They can start preparations for that, and then we'll go to this expedition now. Right, so what we need to do is, now that we have an engineer, we need to hook up the generator to the sewage treatment plant. Then that allows us to use the control panels. We have our engineer with us, so we can move this around and hit pause on that. Then we can go up and turn on this valve. It needs 5 units of iron, so we probably need 5 units of iron for each one, so we're going to have to go back, pick up any iron that we've managed to get. Oh, wow. We can leave the generator for now. We'll end the expedition. We'll head back home. Now, I think I should have enough iron. Yeah, we got 42 units of iron, so we're going to need 15. I'll grab 20 just to be on the safe side. We never know what else we might need. And then we can head back out and finally get that sewage treatment plant up and running. My hope is that it's going to give us some really beneficial perks once it's done. Like maybe we'll be able to just have a constant supply of water from there that we can just send someone to go and trade and collect every now and then. It will have an inventory that we can go. It will continue to give us treated water, or maybe it will treat all of the water in this region so that we can have a really good, healthy supply with no radiation in it. But like I said, I don't actually know. I have no idea what it's all about. I have no idea what it's going to do. But we can at least get these valves turned, I think, or repaired at least, and get things up and running here, which has been a long time coming. We discovered this in episode 2, I think. We're now in episode 4. So if you have been watching it so far, I really hope you're enjoying it. Right, we've fixed that valve, and that now fills up with sewage. Yum. So we'll turn this all the way around. We actually need to go back to here. Then we can go down onto the next platform and activate the next valve. This one, on the other hand, I think we need to use the control panel on the floor probably. Whereas here we're okay to switch over and go to the valve now. Like that. Then we're gonna need, now the problem we have here is, how can we do this? Because only access to this control panel is there, so we kind of need a second generator because these control panels don't quite line up. So unless we get a second generator, we're not going to be able to turn that one on. Because if I go over to here, does this... Oh no, they all have control, so it's fine. They all have power from the one generator. So we can spin this around, link it up with that, then we can head back to here, get onto that gangway, rotate the control panel, line it all up, switch on the last valve, and then the whole thing should be back to life, which is going to be very interesting. And I wonder if the guy that we have there, who we met last episode, just stays here or potentially joins the settlement. That was something that I was a little bit confused on. I think he maybe stays here and becomes kind of like an active trader or something that we can come and get the water from, or maybe he just stays here and has the whole thing set up for himself. So we can use all of these tanks now. We'll split all of this over to here, and hopefully he'll be able to get things lined up for us. So we've now done that. We're at 92% on this, and I think there's probably something else that we need to do. Potentially just talk to the guy again, because there doesn't seem to be anything that we're missing now. I can't zoom out any further, and it is a large site, so there doesn't seem to be anything here. I guess we just go and talk to him, and that maybe completes this little side quest. So if we climb up this ladder now, and then go into the room. Fred over here, we can talk to. See, you've repaired the valves on the tanks. I'll start the central computer real quick. Then this old system should produce clean water again. So he's going to go and operate this centralized system. And there we go, 100% complete. We've now got a source of clean water in the middle of the wasteland, thanks to you. It produces 120 units of water per minute. And it's all clean. So Fred must just stay there now. We can take that back. Fred's just going to have to be locked in there for good. I don't think that's the most appropriate way. But we'll take all of this with us. We'll drop all of that in. End the expedition. The sewage treatment plant is up and running, so we can start trading with the sewage treatment plant. That's a nice resource mine there. That's really, really good. So that is going to produce plenty of water. We now have scrap being produced at this resource mine as well. And things are being produced really, really nicely at this moment in time. So I'm quite happy with that. Then we are going to drop off the generator. We're going to keep the blowtorch, actually. I do need that. And then we're going to finish by heading up to that other place. What about research? Do we need to do anything here? We'll research the pharmacy. That's going to be very useful. And then we'll head over to... So you can see here, there's now 500 units of scrap in the scrapyard. There's also another blowtorch and another ladder there that we should pick up. And there's also the sewage treatment plant, which now has 120 water stored in it. Now, that is going to be great in a pinch if we find ourselves in a drought and rapidly running out of water, because that will just stay stored in there. I don't really know what the capacity of the plant is. So that's going to be something that we should definitely find out. We can supply it with electricity. We can't stop it from producing stuff, but if we supply it with electricity, it will continue to... I mean, it looks like, I would imagine that's probably going to be a capacity of around about 1,000. So let's go back to this expedition. We'll use the blowtorch on the abandoned helicopter. There we go. And that gives us another weapon or whatever we get in terms of like a new vehicle if we manage to find one. And we will probably find one, actually. So just before we finish the episode, we're going to head over to the gas station because we might find a vehicle here. So what do we need for this? Fire axe and a ladder. It's also raining. We don't have a ladder, so we're going to head home first. And this rain is going to purge the radiation, which is really, really good. We're going to drop off that cannon there. We're going to grab the ladder. We're going to head on down to the gas station. Actually, we're not. We're going to go to the scrapyard first, pick up the blowtorch and the ladder that was there. I just have a quick look again, just to double check the gas station. We need the axe, so we do have an axe. We'll head on over to the scrapyard now and pick up the last bit of supply that we need for this area. This is really good. We've had a really, really good start here. I'm quite happy with things. I'm reluctant to open that bridge because it will probably bring raiders to us, which we know came out with the main launch of the game. Now we know pharmacy's unlocked as well. That's good. So if we head over to the gas station down here, it says that there are 2 technologies there, and that makes me think that there is a car here that we could potentially use. The other alternative is it's seeds and another secondary technology that we don't know about yet. But we're here. We can start our final expedition of this episode. We've got a car there. Yeah, I don't think this is what we're looking for, but it's not going to be another vehicle. We can get into that delivery truck. We do find another lockpick, and wind turbine has now been unlocked as well. That's good. So the technology for the wind turbine was in that vehicle, so that's big, actually. The wind turbine is part of the electricity expansion, which was a free update in early access. We can use this bottom support now. That's the plant encyclopedia, which we don't have access to yet. So we need to find that and come back here, because that'll give us access to some alternative seeds. But 49 tools in that, that's brilliant. And it's just the plant that we need to have a look at, so we can pile everything back into the Pathfinder here. Obviously, we've got stuff that we need to come back for, so we know we need to come back here anyway. That expedition is done. We've got 840 units of water at the sewage treatment plant. And then we've got the country houses and the warehouses that we can go back to. The ruin over there still has stuff in it. There's also a technology there that we haven't yet unlocked. Interesting. Very interesting. That could be a technology that we've already naturally researched ourselves, though. This was something that happened last time. Like, I couldn't get the technology, but it is at least showing up as 100% researched or 100% explored, which was the issue last time. So we look at Sector 1 here. We have the scrapyard, the sewage treatment plant, the ruin. We've unlocked 8 of a possible 29 locations here. So there's more that we can do, more that we can explore. My hope, however, is that that isn't the problem there with this ruin. But we will go. We're going to go back to that. Just want to make sure. So we're going to end our episode with a little visit to that ruin to see if there's anything that we've missed there. But everything else, pretty good on. Research is looking good. We are getting the stuff that we need. We are going to actually build our pharmacy. Now, the pharmacy itself doesn't need to be near anything again, so it means we can set up like a nice, reliable little trade between quite a few locations. And what I'm going to do here, because we have little ability to decorate now, I'm going to decorate the area around here. So we're going to put a flag up. We've got bushes and stuff, so we plant a little area all the way around here, all the way around the pharmacy. Now, we can put someone to work in the pharmacy. We don't really have anyone available to do that, though, but for now, we'll leave it as it is. Then we will drop these off. The depot is full. We don't need anything here, I don't think. So let's just have a quick look at what that ruin required. Technologies like seeds. Oh, yeah, it says it's done. So we're just going to go there and see what happens. I think we might have... This might just be a thing that we can't... It says progress is 100%. So I imagine once we take the last bit out of here, we've got the technology. It's just telling me that we've left something here that we need to pick up, and it should disappear eventually. So we'll get over there, we'll loot, we'll take what's left, and then have a look at our expeditions. It disappears. That's good. That was could have potentially driven me insane, that. So we have toxic rain. A radiation storm is coming in. That is going to leave the area looking pretty bad. We're going to actually leave that expedition for now. We're going to go home and we're going to say goodbye. So we currently have 298 activated carbon masks here, only 33 there. I'm going to grab a few of those with this radiation storm coming in. So we'll start our next episode making sure that both our settlements are well supplied and ready to cope with the increased radiation levels. The confidence in Newtown has taken a little bit of a dip, so we're going to need to address that very soon. But I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Endzone. It's been fun. Endzone 2 is a fantastic game. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you've got time. It's a lovely little city builder set in a post-apocalyptic world with plenty of challenge. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.